Yeah, you have to learn a language. You have to learn how to speak finance. You learn to speak code. You learn to speak legal. And then the more you add those capabilities to yourself, it really expands your social worth in a lot of ways. There is this social currency, and people, when they meet you, they want to know, what have you done before? And so I was really focusing on that narrative of so what have you done before? You say that 1,000 times a day, so you tell your story. But then you also have to have a degree of confidence in just how articulate you can be and describing things, and then that makes people feel comfortable. And it's sales. It's really just a sales aspect. The harder part was overcoming, I think, the limiting beliefs that are just encoded in our head.
Yeah.
Of what you need to do to be successful.
Right.
So, and then the way of the
and
polymath.
that is coding. We were coded to believe a
yeah.
particular path. There was a map. You had to take that road, and the destination was a certain income, certain health care, and some security. And that's all encoded now.
Oh, yeah. The illusion of security is broken down, and now there's this... there's an allure of variety.
Right.
So all of all the things you desire are outside your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to push yourself beyond your terror barrier, your fears to get to those things will expand who you are as a person.
That's really an interesting concept to understand, that the allure, what allures you is usually outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
So that's why entrepreneurs are like, oh, what's next? Or I learned this, or how do I develop? Like, I'm still grinding at photography. I want to get better at photography. It's like I've been doing it forever, but I still have a desire to learn something I haven't learned. And I'm not saying that I'm, successful in that way, but what I'm saying is I'm just taking this idea of there's always another rung of the ladder that people, we're just wired that way. Do you think? Is it just like, otherwise how boring that would be to like exit and scale out and then you have nothing left to do.
Well, it's this myth of I need to retire someday,
Right.
so that I can sit at home and drink beer and watch TV. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't ever want to stop working because I'm not really working. It's work is play.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy what I do, and I think that's an important ingredient because you need this emotional fuel to carry you. Mm-hmm. And so often people are fighting that emotional fuel because they go to the drudgery of sitting in a cubicle farm and typing on a computer all day, and they hate it, but they don't do anything about it. And so then you die inside very slowly. So you're either growing or you're dying. And I think that if you pick a path of following the allure of novelty and variety, there's a lot out there. And your next deal or opportunity is as close as the next person that you meet.
The Full Exposure Podcast is brought to you by Metro Health, University of Michigan Health, and Dr. Peter Hahn, in appreciation of the creative and artistic visionaries who enrich our lives through cultural connections.